Hey Trendsters, my name's Corey Wright, and I just found out a couple hours ago that I was one of the businesses selected to the new trends thing where I'm going to be working in public for the next couple months trying to get my business off the ground. So really quickly, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've forever launched businesses in SaaS and a couple successful e-commerce businesses. I sold my last business in very end of 2018, early 2019, and have spent the last 2 years doing business coaching, where I work with about a dozen businesses to just help them organize all the energy at their leadership team and ultimately throughout the entire organization, get it all moving in the same direction, bring clarity of vision and all that type of stuff. So it's been really, really cool. It's kind of my cheat code to be able to work with a whole bunch of businesses and watch them and help them grow, but not have to actually do the day-to-day. But I am a forever entrepreneur, always tinkering, and a recent NFT collector. I've been in the crypto space and crypto curious, and purchased a couple NFTs that were just cool pieces of art. Haven't spent a ton of money in it, but I just wanted to kind of learn. And as I was doing this, I bought a couple NFTs that I told my daughters that they were for them, and then they wanted to be able to put them on the wall in the playroom, and I just didn't really have a good solution for it. And so I thought I'd go build it, right? This is kind of how a lot of great or failed businesses start, right? And so I took everything I know from e-commerce. I reached out to a couple businesses in China, figured out if there was something that they could do. And really what I'm trying to bridge here is I'm trying to kind of be there's ways that you can display your NFTs. Some really cool technologies where you have literally like digital displays hanging on your wall, connected to an app that on your phone that connects to a wallet that has all of your NFTs, and you can choose which NFTs you're displaying and when, and all that type of stuff. And so that is extremely high tech. It's expensive technology. You need outlets all over the place, or at least the ability. You're basically hanging a TV on your wall. If you're trying to do that just in a side wall in the game room, it's not really set up for that. And so, but I also didn't just want like a canvas print or something that was like very analog. I wanted my NFTs, whatever I was able to display on the wall, to have kind of a digital feel, even though it was really being done in kind of an analog environment. And so that's what I've been working on. And I'll kind of let you know where I am today. In fact, I kind of had a breakthrough today, which was really, really cool. So getting this news and having the breakthrough. So I started by reached out to a Chinese manufacturer, had them send me, I found them like basically like movie prints and movie posters that like you can, that have like an acrylic display. It's all magnetized, super cool. And then you print what's called like backlit material, and the light kind of shines through. And so I just wanted to see if that would work. I ordered a couple sample frames, paid a bunch of money for the shipping on them, way more for the shipping than the actual product, but that was kind of known. Once they arrived, I was really happy with the quality of them. So I put together some prints, sent them to a printer that I've used in the past that they do like large format and all this stuff. They suggested this backlit material. That came, and the material looked awesome. So I was like, I don't know if you've read the book by Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights, but it's like, I just felt like the first thing was like getting a really quality product that I love from China, Green Light. Sending this out to kind of the printer and not really knowing how it would come back, and it came back looking awesome, Green Light. I'm not really a designer, but I know how to use Photoshop. And so I tried to do some like interesting kind of tricks to make just with kind of like drop shadows and outer glows and things like that to kind of like make the art actually pop a little bit off of the screen. And so all this was working out. So then what they had sent me originally was, and I'll pull up one of these. So this is kind of the acrylic stuff. It's really cool. Like it magnetizes, so you can just kind of slip what you need in there. Magnetize right to it, makes it really easy. Obviously I just messed it up by doing that, but really easy to kind of center and all this stuff. You'll notice kind of some of the outer glow stuff. This is obviously not lit up, but that was the other cool thing. They looked really good just hanging on a wall, like not even lit up. But the biggest problem that I found was, number one, the sizing. A lot of like NFTs and stuff come in, like square size. So doing it in like A2, A3 type sizes. I wanted to find some unique things that I could do there. And then the second thing would be the power. They plug in, right? And so to get this to actually work, and maybe I'll plug it in here for you. Give me a sec. All right. So they look, it's tough to tell on this camera, but they look super cool when they're plugged in, right? Hanging on the wall, this is what it looks like not plugged in, and then it just plugs in. But I didn't want to, I talked about early on, like kind of the TVs on the wall, you need power and all this stuff. And so the next problem I tried to solve was figuring out if I could get like a rechargeable battery source. And so I reached out to them. They told me it wasn't doable. I told them that I really needed to do this. I was going to build a big business around it. If we could solve this problem, it would work. I used this trick, money, right? I told them, listen, I'll pay you $1,000 if you guys can just get me 3 or 4 samples of a battery powered unit, And then whatever, if that cost you guys $300 or $400 to go out and find, whatever that is, great. Just create a balance for me. And as I start ordering these things, I want that $1,000 basically sample deposit to go towards product in the future. And they knew I was serious at that point. They revisited, they said, okay, give us a second. And they kind of put together some hodgepodge stuff, which was okay because it was kind of what I needed, right? I just needed something. I needed to get samples. I just wanted to see if I could keep hitting the next couple green lights. And so they sent me the battery powered unit, and it's basically literally just like a battery charger glued to the back of the frame, but it works, right? I tested like battery life. And I got square now. So I got like 12 by 12 instead of these weird A2 and A3 sizes. So these samples came in. It was kind of, again, like another little green light, and it wasn't perfect, but I don't need it to be perfect. I just need to keep knowing that something can be done moving forward. And so that was kind of the next green light. But then I realized that it was going to be really difficult. You have a battery unit basically on the back that needs to be charged. It would hold like a 6-hour charge or something, which is enough. You can have friends over, turn the thing on. It's going to be pretty much illuminated all day. And like I said, when it runs out and it's not being illuminated, it still is a really cool looking piece of art. And so I wanted to figure out a way that I could actually attach it to the wall. And so I came up with this brilliant idea, which is most of these things are attached by like the standoffs, like the like metal standoffs, which makes it really cool. And I love that look. And I was like, what if I could make these magnetized so that instead of like basically drilling through this, you'll notice that like what you do here is you actually you put the standoffs in and then you screw this into the standoff, right? So what if instead of having this hole, if I just made it so that the standoff is in the wall and it's magnetized, and then I just put little magnets on the back of the frame, and so I could just snap the frame to it, and then I could pull it off to go charge it whenever I needed to as well. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. I tried finding a manufacturer, and then I eventually said, why am I trying to find a manufacturer for this? Why don't I just prototype this on my own? And so I got the little standoffs, I ordered some magnets, I got some super glue, all those parts came in yesterday, I put them together today, I let the glue dry, and I hung it on my wall, and the magnets were strong enough, and it worked. And I now have, in fact, I'll show you. I'm going to switch to my iPhone, but I will show you that I now have this hanging on my wall just back here in kind of my workshop office. I'll show you in just a second, and then I'll come back. All right, so follow me. We're going to, this is kind of the outer part of my office, and check this out. It's now hanging on the wall, and this is like a different print. Comes right off. Boom. Right? Now we can look at it. There's the battery powered unit. We can see that it's just sitting there. And then when I want to put it back on, let's say I take it, I charge it overnight, and then I come back, we're just going to hang it right on the wall. Magnetizes. Boom. So pumped. So that's another breakthrough. Now we got to kind of put all this stuff together, but that's really what I'm excited about. And again, it's just kind of another green light. And so as I look at all these just kind of like green lights, it's been really excited. And then to have the green light of being selected to the contest, I'm really pumped. I'll be working in public on my website and through videos and through everything else that we can do. And would love the support of the Trends community as well. I've got a lot of other projects going on. And so this is, I was telling my wife last night, I really want this because I think it'd be cool. And I've been kind of a sideline trendster for a couple years now. I religiously follow My First Million and kind of all just this community I love being a part of, but I've been very sidelined. And I secretly wanted to become more involved in the community. I thought this would be a great entry point, but I also don't know that I have all the time to do this. So I am committed to giving the time. I promise that. This was a really cool opportunity. I will not squander this. And but I will say this, that also leaves the opportunity that if anybody is excited about maybe getting to be a part of a project like this, if you've got marketing savvy, if you've got, I really want to dip into a lot of just kind of the communities that are built around NFTs through Reddit and Discord. And I've got some really cool ideas and ways that we can do this. I don't know that I have the time to specifically implement every single thing. I don't know that I have the talent to do all the marketing. I'm an operations guy. I can do all the shipping and get all these things done and organize the product. So when orders are coming in, getting product out the door is not at all an issue, just that kind of other side. And so if any of you trendsters want to be a part of this, I would love for you to DM me or reach out, email me. You can always find me, Corey@CoreyWright.com. And I love to hear your ideas, whether it's brainstorming, whether it's anything that you want to do to help me out on this journey. And looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.